Assalamualaikum and a very good day, everyone. Today we have a very special guest, Cikgu Walid, who will be sharing with us on how the modern classroom with technology actually brings a lot of advancements to the teaching and learning of the 21st century education system. Cikgu, a quick introduction and tell me about yourself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cikgu Walid. I'm from Brunei. I have 10 years experience as a teacher in a primary school. Now I work at the Educational Technology Center where we kind of support teachers and schools how to leverage on educational technologies to gain benefit for students' learning and achievement. Well, to be honest with you, when it comes to technologies in the classrooms or in schools, it offers really massive advantages and benefit to us. Technology in schools, computers in schools have been with us for so many years, especially since the late 90s. And we use technologies in the past to actually key in data and store our digital resources. However, towards this 21st century education system, it's much more focusing on enabling 21st century skills to students. And by saying that things need to change, a transformation change need to happen in school, in our teaching practices, in the same times the way our students learn these days. One of the most fundamental things that teachers aware right now is the impact of cloud computing and internet. These days, we know that more students, more parents and teachers are well known to have their personal devices. And with this kind of reach on technologies these days, we can offer more of this usage of technologies and in our education setting. The abilities of cloud computing allow us to connect the informations we need from various devices, and also we can connect our informations from anytime and anywhere that we would want to reach the informations or to continue our work. The other things that I would like to share about the benefit of cloud computing in the 21st century setting is the ability to share this data or information with the power of analytic systems. We could help to achieve students' understanding on what their strength is. If the students are doing so well in their learning, we might want to consider acceleration program. On the other side, if the students are struggling, and when the cloud computing allow us to analyze which students are not performing well, we could easily identify them as early as possible to actually provide them intervention programs. Again, with 21st century educations, there's a high demands of technology usage. And one of the most important thing as well is teachers and students need to be connected to the same platform. If the students and teachers are not connectively on the same platform, there is a lack of consensus in communications. The other factors that with technology is we still need to involve parents to support this kind of environment. Right now in Brunei, I can see that more teachers use technologies to access resources or do their administration processes and keeping data in the cloud. And students gaining such benefit is to have their report card as soon as possible. However, there's more opportunity that I think that parents should be involved in the environment as well.
Thank you for that insight, Cikgu. And there is a close correlation between what we can see in the modern classroom the connection between devices and productivity, and how it transmits to getting information out to the teachers and, of course, parents. And my next question to you, or rather, key takeaways that you might have, is based on something that I've read in The Economist in terms of the Staff of 2030. So this touches on future ready teaching, which means to say that there's a survey that was run, and it predicts what kind of technological advances should be embedded in a classroom. And this is where I'm coming to you, Cikgu, in asking you what would be your key takeaways if you wanted to enable a modern classroom or future ready kind of teaching environment.
That's really a good question. I think as an educator myself, we need to look ahead. And few things that I would like to suggest is that teachers, the whole of teachers, which coming from the bloomers generations, require certain capacities to use technology, how to use it, and also have the technology pedagogical knowledge on how to use technology to incorporate it in their classroom and lessons. So it is important for teachers to continue their learning and relearn what kind of needs that our 21st students are required. We cannot just be in our comfort zone and use the same technology over throughout the years. So teachers, I think, is the most key and the most important people that to make our 21st education to be successful. And it is like a catalyst that it begins with the teachers, and students really are the one who benefit at the end of the long run. The other things that I think is really important is schools, classrooms requires the necessary infrastructures. Without the technologies that they need, without the connectivities or internet connectivity that they need, certain elements of digital learning could not happen in the classroom. Other things that I think is really important as well is the leadership. Leaderships in schools need to support teachers. It's not easy coming from a traditional setting, teaching and learning, to a more demanding 21st century teaching and learning. So it is important for leaders to able to consult, to motivate and support teachers and identify teachers, which teachers requires needs of training. And the other last piece is that I think parents today also need to support teachers and schools, allowing and enabling their children accessibilities and connectivities to digital learning.
What would be your advice for those who find it difficult to adopt online learning or even adopt the use of technology in their teaching and learning process?
When the first case of COVID-19 hit Brunei, teachers face a lot of fears. And over the few days of COVID-19, when school started, there was instructions that school needed to be closed. That's when the reality hit teachers. And that's is one of the things that made teachers realize that connectivities and teaching online is one of the best solutions to reach students and continue their learning at home. Uh, with that case last year, teachers nowadays who find it not interested to use technologies in the classroom become much more trustful with technologies, and they also believe that using technologies can help them reach and deliver their learning to their students, to continue the learning experience to their students. So yes, there is some teachers will struggles to be comfortable with the changes. However, I'm sure most of teachers these days understood the need of the changes of teaching strategies that comes by with this kind of situations.
Thank you for your insights, Cikgu. And we really appreciate your effort as an educator to transform the classroom experience in using technology and cloud productivity tools for the future ready teaching. Thank you.